This episode of Bartholomew Town is brought to you by the University of Rhode Island Online, Newport Film, Navigant Credit Union, Half Street Group, and Health Source RI for employers.
Bartholomew Town.
Welcome into Bartholomew Town. I'm Bill Bartholomew. Today we are really getting into something that has been a part of our ecosystem for a while, but a lot of people may not know it because it's been kind of operating on a sub-rosa level, and that's the Moran-Ventre Foundation, a charitable foundation that was established in 1986 with a mission to focus on enhancing the quality of life for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The foundation makes grants to Rhode Island programs that serve people with disabilities. And now there's been a little bit of a change, actually a pretty major change. The foundation announced that it's closing operations and is going to transfer its remaining funds to the Rhode Island Foundation. That is, in and of itself, an interesting story. This is also a great opportunity to kind of dig into the details here. Gentlemen, I appreciate your time today. And if each of you, I think, want to introduce yourselves so we can associate the voice with a human and what you do with the foundation.
I'm Gerald Ventre, and I'm the president of the foundation. I've been the president for 40 years, and I've been involved with people with developmental disabilities since I'm 15 years old, and I'm 79 now. So that's a long time, but they've really given me a wonderful life. I really appreciate being connected with their friendship and their needs.
And David.
My name is David Hanna. I'm Secretary-Treasurer of the foundation. I've been invited to join the board of directors a number of years ago with Tim Moran, who is vice president and obviously a member of the Moran family, asked me to get involved and to assist with management and to help with the structure of the foundation. And I've been involved with it for a little over 10 years, and it's been just a wonderful experience for me, and to work with Jerry and Tim and with our board and to serve the special needs community.
Well, as I had mentioned, the foundation was founded back in 1986, and it's not something I think a lot of our audience or a lot of Rhode Islanders in general have probably necessarily interacted with or even heard of. So from Jump Street, I kind of outlined the mission on a very basic level, but how would you describe the mission from 1986 on?
Well, the mission actually is to underwrite initiatives that benefit people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So whatever they've needed over those past 40 years, we've been able to assist with. And that's both through organizations that provided services for them and support, but also to the individuals. If individuals needed help and they would call and let us know, for example, they might need an AC, air conditioner, they might need things to enhance their services. Some families needed a vehicle. So over the years, we've done all kinds of things and been able to meet 99% of their needs. I don't recall anybody that we weren't able to help.
Incredible. And from that standpoint, I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people are aware that this type of work is happening, but they don't necessarily understand the role that an organization, a foundation like yours plays. So talk about the importance of supporting individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities and why really a charitable foundation like yours is integral to that support network.
Well, we've become like a safety net for them because many of the individuals are provided supports by a 501c3 organization, but they can't do everything for them. And in this day and age, with the budget cuts and all of the problems with government, it's been incredible in terms of the kinds of needs that come up that nobody can meet. So they turn to us and we're able to do it.
Right. I mean, I think that's the other thing, too. We're talking about a dramatically different environment from 1986 until now. So that is definitely a factor, and providing that backstop is so important. What are some of your proudest moments? Any partnerships or major grants that you want to highlight over the years?
This is David again. I think along with grants that we've given, and they're not typically not large grants, but we've improved the daily lives of people with what I like to term as basic needs grants for the most part. But in addition to that, we've done some programming activity, and like a bowling tournament that we run takes quite a bit of effort, but it's called Good Times with Friends, and we've had as many as 28 5-member teams that meet every other Sunday from October through April. And we have a holiday party, obviously around, the Christmas time. We have a season-ending party where everybody gets pizza and soft drinks and prizes. And it's really heartwarming to see the camaraderie and friendship and enjoyment that these we have, as many as 140 bowlers at Walnut Hill Bowl and Woonsocket participate, and it's just it's really been quite an event that's been going on for how many years, Jerry?
Oh, almost forever, I think.
So almost all of our 40 years. Additionally we've done concerts with a group called Blind Faith, a 3-member band. One of the members being Jerry's son, Matt, who plays the keyboard. What all 3 members have in common is that they're all blind from birth and have remarkable musical skills. And they've gone to nursing homes, to parties that we've had structured, and a lot of people have enjoyed them over the years.
We've had groups of 300 people attend their concerts. We went to La Salette in Attleboro, and we did a concert there, and it was a tribute to Mary, and it was so good. We ended up recording that presentation, and it's been excellent.
That's awesome to integrate both, the camaraderie that comes with athletics and obviously the arts, and then also to have, something that's a high quality product that everybody seems to enjoy. There's nothing better than that intersection. Let's talk about the evolution of the foundation. What went into keeping the foundation going? Because 4 decades is a long time to keep anything going, especially when there are, fiscal elements to it. So how did you ensure that the mission continued to advance over these years?
Well, the support that we received every day and the interest from families and individuals in the community just was sustaining itself. And we were very fortunate to be part of it and taking a leadership role with it. It's kind of been easy to continue. Golf tournament, our Club 100, which draws 300 people to be participants and then come to a reunion type ending in November at Wright's Chicken Farm, is incredible. It's and people, this was our last one the last time, and people are sad because it's not going to continue under the new formation.
Right. And we'll get to that in just a second. Any other specific partners or donors or allies, anybody specifically you want to highlight, give a shout out to over the years?
I would add, certainly, Jerry Ventre has just been a godsend to the community. Tim Moran and the entire Moran family, very philanthropic family, devoted to improving the daily lives of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And certainly, the board of directors. Monsignor Sabarin is someone who has been a great spiritual leader to Jerry, to the foundation, has been there for, I think Monsignor's in his 90s now.
Yeah, he's in his 90s.
And he kind of adopted Jerry when he was about
15.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Jerry found this life's work. Certainly those are some of and there are many others, but that's some of the people and that I'd like to highlight.
Let's talk about the transition, and it's a big one. I mentioned it in the open. announcing the closure of the operations of this foundation and planning to transfer the remaining funds to the Rhode Island Foundation. Folks who are listening outside of the area, the Rhode Island Foundation is essentially the largest steward of philanthropic efforts here in the state. It is a credible and long-standing organization that is tied to a lot of different super sectors and initiatives here in the state. Your decision to close operations and transfer the remaining funds to the Rhode Island Foundation as a partner to carry on the mission, why?
The Rhode Island Foundation is very highly regarded locally and nationally, certainly, but it allows us to perpetuate the mission, the good work that Jerry and Tim Moran and the Moran family have done over these 40 years, and certainly John E. Moran Sr., who we hadn't mentioned. He was he and Jerry really founded the foundation in 1986. And Tim Moran, John's son, said that he feels his father would be very proud of the work that's been done, and would feel good about the fact that the Rhode Island Foundation is going to continue the work. Yeah. They give primarily to 501c3 organizations, but they've actually invited 3 advisors from the Moran-Ventre Charitable Foundation to assist them in the early going, to help with selecting grantees and those who apply for grants, and assist with that work and kind of give them a little on-the-job training as far as that's concerned initially. But their ability to perpetuate the mission, I think, was really the highlight of why we went with them. And it's a very well-run organization. Certainly, David Cicilline, being the head of it, and he has a wonderful staff. And we feel it's here to stay. And we'd like to see the work.
Bartholomew Town.
Are you ready to take the next step in your career? URI Online offers business and leadership-focused programs designed to fit your life. Whether your goal is to advance in your career in fields like public administration, supply chain management, or training and development, their online programs provide the flexibility you need with the high-quality education you deserve. Learn more from experienced faculty and collaborate with a network of professionals, all from the comfort of your home or wherever life takes you. Visit uri.edu/online to explore programs and start building your future today. URI Online. Learn anywhere with us. As Rhode Island's first ever member-owned credit union, Navigant Credit Union has been a staple in the local business community for more than 108 years. Today, Navigant is a $3.4 billion institution serving more than 136,000 members across 25 physical branch locations. But since its founding in 1915, the mission has never changed. Navigant Credit Union's team of financial professionals have remained committed to improving the financial well-being of the families, businesses, and communities they serve across Rhode Island. Learn more at navigantcu.org.
At HealthSource RI for Employers, we provide access to health insurance to more than 1,200 local businesses and nonprofits, and 96% of them renew through us every year. Maybe it's our choice of 19 different health plans, our more than 10 years of customizing solutions, or our one local team of dedicated experts helping employers find quality health and dental insurance. See how our numbers stack up for you. Learn more at healthsourceri.com/employers.
We're brought to you in part by Newport Film. Make sure you check out their indoor film screening series by visiting newportfilm.com. Half Street Group brings a new generation's perspective to leadership communications, strategic public relations, and digital marketing. Half Street helps organizations and leaders take control of their own stories and manage their reputations. They get results for their clients by focusing on audience, message, and culture, and by leveraging their decade-long relationship with media and opinion leaders in the Ocean State and throughout New England. Join me and Half Street Group founder and president Mike Rea for a conversation every month about news of the day, the hottest media analysis, and a look behind the scenes at how impactful leaders drive conversations. Learn more at halfstreetgroup.com.
We do remain.
Yeah, and I think that the Rhode Island Foundation has historically been regarded and through its different iterations and phases as, an organization that listens to the community on specific needs. And when I say the community, I mean the community writ large, but also within the specifics of the sector or the industry or the cause or need that they're involved in. So I think it's a natural fit partnership-wise. Hey, last question here for both of you. For Rhode Islanders who are listening to this, Southern New Englanders, anybody who's listening to this, but they want to give back in their local community. It's an easy thing to say, hey, give back, and it could mean a lot of different things. But what's your advice, just from the standpoint of a charitable foundation that has done just that, and again, hasn't been necessarily the group that has been on the front lines sort of advertising themselves all the time? What's your advice?
Well, one of the biggest things is that the Rhode Island Foundation is establishing the Moran-Ventre Charitable Fund within its structure, and people can give to the Moran-Ventre Charitable Fund, and that will provide grants for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities going forward. So we're kind of excited about that. And Dave, myself, and Diane Ross from the board of directors will be the advisory committee. And we're very comfortable with working with them under that basis and know that they'll listen to what we suggest and help us to figure out ways to help people going forward.
What about people who are hearing this, though, and they're saying, I'm in my car right now, or I'm listening to this on my headphones, I'm working out, whatever it is, and they say, I want to be able to do something. Maybe they don't have a portfolio of assets or cash to get involved with, but just from an aesthetic standpoint, just almost like a pep talk to people who want to help their community. What do you have to say to them? Because you've certainly figured out over the years how to do just that, how to help people.
I'll give a quick answer to that. I think I've learned, in my 10 years of being involved, to appreciate, recognize, and accept people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And to that end, Tim Moran had, mentioned to me one time, if you're at a grocery store and you see someone with a disability, a lot of times people walk down another aisle. And I just think that's such it's prophetic and prophetic, and I think it's true to some extent. And I think the idea that to go up and say hello and recognize people, and we're all just human beings, and it's been heartwarming for me to really learn that lesson, that life lesson.
Yeah. I can.
And another thing is that when people get to know a person with a developmental disability, it's not long before they love them, because they are such real people and such good people. It's just incredible when you get to know them on a individual basis, and accept them and listen to them. And over the years, they've helped me to help them, because I learned how to listen to them when I was 15 years old. And when I was 18, we were part of a club of friends through the Woonsocket chapter for people with retardation. And they elected officers, and they wanted to go places and do things. So they would have a meeting, and on a monthly basis, they decide what they wanted to do, and we'd help them make it happen. And sometimes it was simple, and some other times it was a little more complicated, like airplane rides, things like that. Just incredible when you listen to them. One fellow, as the years went by, he came from a big family. And all of his brothers and sisters went on cruises, and they loved going on cruises. And he always wanted to go on a cruise. And I remember mentioning that to some people and the Charpentiers, and they said, well, we can make that happen. And we started organizing a cruise for him. And we ended up taking 31 people, 3 in wheelchairs, on a Caribbean cruise for 3 days. And some of them extended it to Disney for a week.
Yeah.
And it was just incredible. It was wonderful to see how much joy the people showed us, and satisfaction that we receive from doing something they wanted to do.
Yeah, no, it makes so much sense. And it's obviously, again, there's so many different layers to this. Principally, you're helping this community out in such a specific and important way, and you have. And that mission will now continue under the auspices of the Rhode Island Foundation. Thank you both for your time today and for stewarding this incredibly important and valuable component of our community and for inspiring other people.
Thank you, Bill. It's been a pleasure to meet with you.
Thank you.
At HealthSource RI for Employers, we provide access to health insurance to more than 1,200 local businesses and nonprofits, and 96% of them renew through us every year. Maybe it's our choice of 19 different health plans, our more than 10 years of customizing solutions, or our one local team of dedicated experts helping employers find quality health and dental insurance. See how our numbers stack up for you. Learn more at healthsourceri.com/employers.